I'd like to call to order the Town of St. John Town Council meeting for, special Town Council meeting for November 9th, 2020. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
All right. Councilman Swets is absent. Mr. Panzik?
Here.
Mr. Blazak?
Present.
Mr. Pondinas?
Here.
Mr. Schilling?
Here.
Craig Phillips, Town Manager, is present. Is Beth Hernandez present?
I believe she was indicated she'd be absent.
Okay, so you have 4 members present, which does constitute a quorum for the meeting.
Okay, next on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone present for public comment? And there is not. Craig, did we have any correspondence through the office?
I'm not aware of any correspondence received at this time.
Okay. Next agenda item, new business resolution number 2020-11-09, a resolution approving amendments to the comprehensive plan to incorporate a zone improvement plan if approved. Okay. So just for the edification of the public, this is called a zone improvement plan. It is a part of our comprehensive plan that recognizes deficiencies in our roadways as well as expected needs of our roadways. This is not approving any fee tonight. We're not talking about how much a fee should be or any of that. It simply recognizes our traffic counts, our roadway deficiencies based on traffic counts, and our expected roadway deficiencies in the future based on expected permits that would be issued. That data needs to be placed into our comprehensive plan so that if in the future the town chooses to implement a fee, it would be based on the raw data that Denny and Tagi have provided. So hopefully that clarifies things. So there's a little bit of misunderstanding at the Plan Commission meeting, if anybody watched that. So this is simply data. It can't be altered. It just is what it is. It's derived from traffic counters. It's derived from data provided by history of our permitting. It's mostly just traffic data in a nutshell. So which estimates our road needs and places that into the comprehensive plan, sort of like we do with the thoroughfare plan. Anybody who's familiar with the Plan Commission, we do the same with thoroughfare plan and expected roads and road expansion. So that's what the Plan Commission considered tonight, is updating our comprehensive plan to include that information. And if we are so inclined, I would entertain a motion to adopt that into the comprehensive plan so that it is recognized by our town and could be acted on in the future if we chose to. And again, I want to reiterate that any discussion about actually implementing a road impact fee is a completely different meeting and a completely different approval process. So this is just updating our comprehensive plan to include the zone improvement plan.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Blazak, could you get a little closer to your microphone?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the amendments to the comprehensive plan to incorporate a zone improvement plan as recommended by the Plan Commission.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second from Mr. Schilling. The motion was made by Mr. Blazak. Any discussion or questions from the council?
Now, the motion out there, that's for resolution, what, 20?
2020-11-09.
Okay,
Would you like to amend your motion to include that resolution number?
Yes, I would like to include resolution number 2020-11-09, a resolution approving amendments to the comprehensive plan to incorporate a zone improvement plan.
I have amended motion. Mike, would you like to amend your second?
I'll second the amended motion.
Thank you. Discussion from the council, questions, anything? Hearing none, I'll take a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Blazak,
Yes.
Mr. Pondinas,
Yes.
Mr. Schilling,
Yes,
and Mr. Panzik.
Yes,
It's 4-0.
the resolution passes 4-0. Next, we have an item, I believe you were all notified via email last week or various avenues about our Microsoft license being expired. Am I saying that correct, Jason? So we have a request to purchase necessary to keep our computers running, essentially. Is that easy layman's terms for it?
It's an annual renewal. It's in our third year of our 3-year contract. This is just a standard thing we have to do, and next year we'll renegotiate with Microsoft over a new 3-year agreement.
So this is ongoing maintenance within our contract. It's nothing new.
Correct, it's nothing new.
Okay. So it's a request to purchase in the amount of $25,241.41, and this is to the Dell company. I would entertain a motion to approve this request to purchase.
when does the contract expire?
The contract expires next year. I guess this is the third year of a 3-year contract. So this would be approved. It would run for 1 year, and then after then, the contract would be expired and we'd renegotiate.
Is this something that we can do at our regular meeting, or we gotta do this here tonight?
Unfortunately, you have to do it here tonight. It was supposed to have been at your October meeting. Unfortunately, Dell sent a invalid quote. They sent it for over $50,000. They basically double billed us. Unfortunately, it took them much longer to fix their mistake, and that's why it has to be done tonight.
Thank you for that explanation, Jason. Did everyone hear that explanation, that the bill was messed up, that should have been approved last month and now is fixed?
Yeah, I heard that, but they should, if it's an annual or yearly thing, I don't think it should be something that always has to be last minute. That's the only thing,
Yeah.
It can't wait another 2 weeks?
Unfortunately, it can't. It was supposed to be done in October. The date is in the document of when it's up.
So hold on one second. It is the
December 1st, right?
Right, but unfortunately, it requires 30 days notice, and that's going to put us basically in the middle of November, or actually now, so we're a little late. That's why it's done in October,
But
typically.
it was their error when they
Right.
sent us the
Yes.
invoice.
Yeah, so understand, this would have been done in October, Mike, but their invoice was errored. And of course, so we had to make them fix that instead of approving the incorrect invoice back in October. So now we
Okay.
have a correct invoice that, for the correct amount, that was the same as the last 2 years.
so what's the corrected amount? 25,000?
Correct, $25,241.41. And it's, again, it's a contract we're already committed to. So again, it's not a new purchase that we're looking at. We're not buying something new. This is just the third year of a 3-year contract.
All right, the annual cost last year was the same as what they told us for now?
Jason, could
Yes.
you? Yes, that is the answer. It's essentially renewing software licenses.
All right,
Thank you. Want to keep the office running. I would entertain a motion
But I
for,
don't know why it would get to a last minute,
I believe Jason sent it out a week ago
not-
or so, just so
I
people would know it's
seen the
coming.
email come out. I didn't expect it to be on the council meeting tonight.
Yeah, I think he had sent that out because of the situation. He wanted us to be aware of it, that we needed to do it ASAP. So just thought it would be good to complete it now and keep everything up to date and not have these expire.
All right.
But why is it everybody makes mistakes and the town has to pay for it or suffer for it?
Well, we're not having to pay for it, that's for
Well,
sure.
I mean, we have to pay for it, Paul, but it's their mistake. They should be able to wait another couple weeks for a town council meeting. But it just seems like with the project on 41, it was a $59,000 mistake that somebody made, and then the town was going to have to pay for it, and then that dropped down to $29,000. And I agree with Mikey. This stuff at the last minute, it isn't right.
So this is different than that, in that they're not going to have a lot of sympathy for us at Dell. I'm going to state my own
No,
opinion.
I know.
When it expires, they'll say, okay, fine, we'll shut you off, So yeah, they screwed up the billing. There's no additional costs at all. We would have approved this bill in October, but we had to have them correct the bill. So it's not any additional cost we're
Okay.
looking at. It's the exact same cost. This is what the bill should have looked like at our October meeting, and it didn't look this way. So to protect the town, we postponed it and had them correct the bill. But now our license will expire if we don't approve it. And this is not a new purchase. This is just the third year extension of the existing contract.
Right.
I'd have a real problem with it if it was for more money or something new. I wouldn't want to do any of that last minute, but this is an existing contract that was negotiated 2 years ago. So it was an expected cost. It should have come for us in October, but we didn't have a correct amount. So I believe that summarizes it.
All right, I have no further questions.
Me neither.
Thank you, gentlemen. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay the $25,241.41 for a 3-year contract renewal in its last year to Dell Equipment.
I have a motion from Mr. Blazak. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second from Mr. Schilling. Thank you. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Blazak,
Yes.
Mr. Pondinas,
Yes.
Mr. Schilling,
Yes.
and Mr. Panzik.
Yes.
4-0 and approving the request to purchase for the renewal of the contract.
Okay, next on our agenda is reports and correspondence, town council. I would just like to start this by thanking Councilman Blazak. It's been a difficult year for a few reasons, for all of us, but especially for Brian, and I'm not going to go into that detail. But the man has worked tirelessly on this project of updating this zone improvement plan and preparing for what may become a road impact fee. This is something our residents demanded of us. They spoke of it over and over last year, how we need to fix our roads and stay on top of it and plan ahead and not wait till everything's broken and try to pay for it out of our own tax dollars. We're trying to place some of the burden on the folks that are building in the town. So this is something our residents demanded that we take action on. And Brian has worked very hard with the road impact fee committee, who put in a lot of hours and spent a lot of time here. Tagi and Denny and their respective firms have put a ton of work into this. So, we're getting closer, making progress on it. Every month is important. The sooner we take action, the sooner, if we choose, the sooner it can start to benefit our residents. And so, again, I want to just thank Brian for putting in all the effort, and I know it's been frustrating at times, but you've done a great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Correspondence from our online gentleman. Mike, do you have anything for us?
No, I don't have anything.
Wayne, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I want to make you guys aware of the water main on 41 between approximately Elsop Nursery and Canabahans. The state has said we have to move our water main. It's an older water main. It's a 12-inch, and it's going to be costly, probably in the neighborhood of $900,000. So I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but that's going to come down the pipe, and I think it has to be done by April, or in that neighborhood. So that's a lot of money we're going to be spending. So just to let you guys know what's going on with that. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. And yeah, I believe the Baker Tilly folks, Eric Walsh, had mentioned that there was a lot of work we needed to do as far as, financials with water. So I guess we'll be rolling up our sleeves and getting to work on that real soon. Sooner than we expected, right?
Yeah, and let's not forget, we do have to make a tie-in on the water line going from well 8 into the treatment plant. That hasn't been done yet either, and we should probably work on that too, because if we don't make that connection by the time spring comes, summer comes, that well out there, if it's working, it ain't going to do us any good.
Yeah, we have like I said, as I recall, Eric Walsh had given us a whole list of things we needed to do on the waterworks side of things. So we need to, like I said, roll up our sleeves and get to work first of the year and knock this stuff out. So thank you.
All right, thank you.
How come you're always the bearer of good news, Wayne?
It's just the communication, but Brian, that anything with water and sewer, it can go from $10,000 to $1 million to $500,000. It's a never-ending thing.
You're not a cheap date, is what you're telling me, right?
Oh, hey, it's expensive, but once it's done, I think the town will breathe easier. We'll have enough water. We'll have 2 more wells online, and that'll be great if we get the connectivity to the wells. I think we'll do real well, and we won't have to worry about the towers going down as quick as they do in the summertime.
I believe that the retrofit or update to the system controlling the tower will be done by summertime too. We're hoping for that, so that'll be a good thing.
Yeah, and I'll bring up something at the next meeting, and we kind of put that on hold, and that was to work on wells 3, 4, and 5 to get those reworked from the head down, and that's just to go through everything. It's just like maintenance, so I'll be bringing that paperwork to the next meeting.
I do recall reading that, the update. It's
And
great.
you and I discussed it.
Pay for it, or are we going to pay for it out of the water utility?
I don't
Water
know.
utility.
I haven't discussed that. Probably the water utility, but I'm not sure.
But I think some of this stuff needs to go through the water district, because they're the revenue source for this, not the town council.
But the town council needs to know that's
I know we need to know. I appreciate you that we need to know this, but the money needs to come from the water district.
All right, gentlemen. Mr. Blazak, do you have anything?
No, sir, I'm fine. I'm pleased as things went well tonight.
And Clerk Treasurer Beth Hernandez is not present. Staff, Craig, do you have anything for us?
Just one thing to discuss the schedule regarding the road impact fee process going forward, so we're all kind of on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to request that the Plan Commission consider a special meeting. I think the earliest that can happen, based on publication and notice requirements, would be Monday the 23rd. And so I'll request to see if we have enough members of the Plan Commission that are available to have a meeting that night. And then if they make a recommendation with regard to the ordinance, the impact fee ordinance, it would come to the council, and we'll basically have a placeholder on the agenda for the council to consider the ordinance at its November 24th meeting.
Okay, very good.
That's the current, I guess, intended schedule. As long as that can be kept, then that's what to expect.
Okay, and just to add something to what Craig said, so the data is now available and in your hands. The reports that were sent out contain all the data regarding a fee and how much it would cost, and you could look at and decide whether you want more fee, less fee, the fee that was recommended by the committee. You have weeks to look at that data, everyone. Mike, Wayne, Brian, and we'll make sure Jerry gets caught up with that too. So the data is all available, the reports are out, and you'll have weeks to digest it. Call this man, Mr. Blazak. He'd be happy to answer any question you have.
We'll have copies of the report
yeah.
in the office if anybody
Right.
wants them.
So you'll have a few weeks to digest it and look at it and make your decisions and ask your questions and seek. So that way, when we get to the meeting, you'll understand or know what you want to do or not want to do. So I ask each person to do due diligence and do their own investigations, inform their opinions, and by all means question Brian, because he can. He's very knowledgeable on the subject. I'd be happy to answer questions too, but this is his baby, so I'll refer to him.
And you all should have received a copy via email this afternoon as well.
We did. Yes, thank you. I have one more thing. I want to mention that Wednesday, November 11th is Veterans Day, and I just want to put out a thank you to all the veterans in St. John and in our great country in general. Remind everyone that we should remember them every day, but obviously Wednesday is a special day for that. Please take a moment to thank a vet.
And then just one last thing, if the members that are joining us virtually, if you could stop by to sign the request to purchase when you get an opportunity, we'll have that in the town manager's office as well.
Okay, thank you. With that, I'm in adjournment. Is there any other discussion or issues? Anyone have anything? Otherwise, I will adjourn the meeting. With that, this meeting's adjourned.